This is rather deceptive because this is the channel built. But if you could imagine from this aerial shot that that channel is not there, the River Glaven flowed through this online pond of 8 acres, Tim? 7, 8 acres? At Bayfield House Hotel. This is a sea trout river, but to get to spawning ground, the sea trout had to, in theory, get through that lake, plus a variety of other obstructions on the river. So Tim, working with the Norfolk Rivers Trust, with a guy called Professor Richard Hay, developed this project. It took years to get this to maturation. The Glaven ran through that culvert to bypass the lake. So this is what Tim was having to get around, was a river that was underground for 700 metres. And it had been so for some time, as that brick demonstrates. You may not be able to see that, but that says 1893, which is one of the bricks of that culvert. So they cut a whole new path for the stream around the lake, and that's it. 1.2 kilometres of wiggly stream working its way around Bayfield Lake. That's it. Tim Jacklin, the guy on the left, Richard Hay and Emily Long of the Norfolk Rivers Trust, with riffles in place, just ready to open the taps and let the river flow down. And that's what's happening there. The great and the good coming to see the great cut through that puts water into the channel. That's it, brand new. It's appreciate that it's still fairly bald and unvegetated. But instead of the Glaven flowing through this lake, you can see that it now runs as a proper stream, snaking its way past the lake. And if a sea trout wanted to, he could find his way around that. And in fact, reds appeared very quickly in this channel, didn't they?
Yeah, it was finished at the end of September, and there was spawning on it that autumn, and there's trout being caught out of it in April of this year.
Including by you? Sometimes the conservation officers, I think their hearts must swell with pride. This too is a chalk stream. This is the Great Stour in Kent. There's only one of two. This is one of two photographs. Watch, there's a telegraph pole up there in the top right-hand corner. Okay, so this is what the Great Stour in Kent looked like in 2011, and then in a project where we scrounged some money out of the Nineveh Trust, the Sitter Trust, the local environment agency, and a quite well-heeled WTT member, we've worked over 3 phases to turn 2 kilometres of that stream into that stream. So that is that stream in May of this year. And you can see it's functioning like a proper little river, and it has indeed got proper little trout in it. And look, Andy chuffed with himself. I'd done that. And we also do an awful lot of talks, angling club type stuff. A gratuitous opportunity to introduce the Socha in Slovenia, only because I went there this year, to attend an event. So these are just some of the things. So we've gone to loads of conferences, spoken at lots of them. We've given talks to clubs scattered all over the country, from Inverness in the northeast of Scotland down to Dulverton in Somerset. Done a range of shows, but hopefully getting messages about sustainable fisheries management out to a big audience. One of those events was on the River Medlock in Manchester, where Paul Gaskill ran a Tenkara sort of teach-in for some kids from Manchester who are there shouting trout. That's actually what they're doing, shouting trout. I love that photograph, brilliant. That's a river that was lined in Accrington bricks since the early 19th century. And the Environment Agency have done a brilliant project to break it out of its brick shell and turn it into what's a really pretty looking stream. Oh, I don't know what's happened there. Oh, this is something about mayfly in the classroom. It did not quite work. But we've also run a project in the last year called Mayfly in the Classroom, which is sort of trying to take, using mayflies and the mayfly life cycle to teach kids about rivers. We took it to something like 1,000 kids in 40 settings, again scattered across the country. But the girl that was running it, Sue, has left us, and we're not planning to do anything with it at the moment. So I've just stuck it in mothballs for now while we focus on our main job.